Okay, hello. My name is Grady Parrish, and I am the manager of the marketing team here at Southwest Transit. And today I will be presenting to you the final team selection I have put together for the CEO's requested project for the marketing that will occur for the Boeing here in the next 6 weeks. Okay, to briefly start, I would like to cover the original six selected members that I had, those being Natalie, Elizabeth, Caitlin, Bob, Susan, Ian. Natalie was chosen for her communication skills. Elizabeth was chosen due to her leadership capabilities. Caitlin was chosen for her drive and abilities. Bob was chosen because he's been here with the company since the beginning, valuable knowledge. Susan was chosen for her great energy and being a team player. Ian was chosen for his amazing technological abilities. However, we did get notice that we had to shorten the group to four members, which rather, while unfortunate, we adapt and overcome here at Southwest Transit. So to compensate that, I chose the final four: Elizabeth, Caitlin, Natalie, and Susan. Elizabeth was chosen again for her leadership capabilities. Not only that, but her strengths as an individual complements her leadership capabilities. Caitlin, while new and fresh, has amazing drive, eagerness, and knowledge, along with knowledge and abilities. Natalie was chosen as a co-leader to Elizabeth. This is because of her excellent communication skills and her potential in mediating potential conflicts. And then Susan was chosen for her amazing team working skills and her great energy that she brings. Bob wasn't chosen because he's close to retirement. His work is willy-nilly. Ian is a known career jumper. If he grows tired of something, he leaves, and we just can't have that in this kind of project. To go over some of their strengths and weaknesses, the strengths in the group include works well together, strong leadership, and abilities complement each other. The main thing here is that they are all very strong team players and all with their abilities complementing each other, they also elevate each other to rise in potential. And with the also set up with Elizabeth and Natalie being co-leaders, two sides of the same coin. I'll cover more on the leadership strategies. Some of their weaknesses include time management, motivations clashing, and they're all strongly opinionated, which we'll go over more in the conflict section. To go over a little bit first with the team potential, this this team has a lot of potential. The first one being project quality being very high. All of them have a strong sense of producing nothing but top quality work. And because of that, we know that this project, when it's time to produce to the public, will be of high quality. But then there is process gain. That is the thought that performance improves when a group works together rather than separately, which goes back to the last slide of their strengths. They all are great team players, and with their abilities complement each other, they'll rise as a group, which goes into employee growth. With them all growing as a group, they will also grow individually, and especially in the case of Caitlin, where she's new, she's fresh, she's not known in the company. This is her chance to grow in standing with the company. And then there's obviously with this growth is growth opportunities for the company, which we'll go over more at the end of the presentation. To go over a little bit of their motivation strategies, all of their motivations and what they expect at the end of this project are vastly different from each other. Due to this, the first motivation strategy I chose was Maslow's hierarchy of needs, not only for the fact that it will cover majority of these individuals' needs. However, Maslow's makes sure that all their needs are met. And with this project demanding a lot and putting a lot of strain on these members, it is up to us as leaders to make sure everything they need and all their needs are met. Now, in terms of the expectancy theory, this is for the other members who are strictly motivated by a reward prospect. However, even in cases where that's not the case, such as Susan, Honestly, what she wants is still up in the air at the moment. She says she just wants to make a positive impact on the world, in which case we would just make it clear to everyone what to expect in reward for the end of this project. With Susan, we would simply say that if this project succeeds, we won't have to lay off hundreds of people, and that would instantly inspire her and everyone to put more effort in. In terms of management strategies, as mentioned earlier, their weaknesses do kind of co boost each other, kind of like their strengths. The first conflict I anticipate I that may happen is internal interpersonal conflicts, in which case, for example, Elizabeth and Caitlin are both very strong, opinionated people. They feel they are right. They're very unmoving, in which case we can't have that because work seizes up and we need to fix this, which is where someone like, oh my Lord, please excuse me, Natalie comes in, please excuse me. Natalie comes in where she is an excellent communication. She can negate conflict and it sells it. And with the collaborating strategy, everyone leaves happy and we can find a way to settle this and just move on. Now, another weakness that they had was time management. This will potentially cause a conflict. For example, Natalie, while a great con conflict solution, does unfortunately allow for people to monopolize her time, and it can be quite distracting, freezing up her and setting her back in time. We can't have that with such a small time window of only 6 weeks. So something like the compromising method, which sometimes requires sacrifice, however, it's temporary, it's quick, and it's an easy solution. For example, with Natalie monopolizing her time, simply end the conversation, whether compromise by continuing the conversation, whether at lunch, break, after the workday, whatever have you, we just need to keep work moving. Then when it comes to leadership strategies, the first that came to mind was LPC theory of leadership. This is where a leader's effectiveness can vary from certain situations, and the group leadership, however, is a perfect solution to this, as Elizabeth and Natalie, again, are both two sides of the same coin. Elizabeth is a great listener. Natalie is a great communicator. Natalie can't listen because she gets distracted. So in which case, Elizabeth would come into factor here. And it covers many potential situations. Path goal theory of leadership. Same theory in a sense. However, it is set to predict those situations before they happen. And to avoid this, we would set expectations for the group. Everyone will know their role, everyone will know what to do, and thus we would use that to also predict those behaviors. And also, with this theory, it also helps identify leader behavior, which case this would probably be the leadership strategy to be utilized the most. Okay, another important thing I had to consider when forming this group was the values of conscious capitalism, which capitalism, of course, is the effort to raise profitability while at the same time sticking to a strong sense of morals and ethics. And that is made up of the tenets of conscious leadership, stakeholder orientation, conscious culture, and higher purpose. When forming this group, I mainly focused on stakeholder orientation as the CEO's main goal with this project is to maintain customer loyalty. Customers are a pinnacle of stakeholders. And as such, that is the main focus that I did, as shown with this slide, in which I measured not just customers as stakeholders, but all stakeholders, including employees and community. Now, with customers, obviously, we want to maintain their loyalty. However, we want to also bring in new products in the future, as we're doing with this new Boeing model, and efforts to grow the company. Um, and increase profitability. Now, with employees, if this project is successful, we do not need to lay off hundreds of people, and as such, that makes them happy. However, also as the company grows, we also increase opportunity for them, whether that be raises, increase in benefits, whatever the company decides in the future. And then, of course, community is a rather lesser known stakeholder, but is important, just as important nonetheless. And with a growth in profitability comes more ways in which we can help the community. For example, releasing less carbon dioxide, safer building processes, and etc. And with the happiness in the community also brings happiness to customers, which bring happiness to employees in an endless cycle. Okay, and then in terms of positive impact for the company, the first and foremost is increased customer loyalty. Again, that's the main goal behind this presentation is to maintain customer loyalty. However, we want to increase the customer loyalty. We want the company to grow. Again, going with the second one here, catching up with competition. We don't want to just maintain speed with our competition. We're trying to catch up as they just released a bunch of flights plans. They increased and a bunch of sales, and we're trying to catch up. However, once we catch up, we don't want to just sit back and relax. We want to keep pushing forward. And that's what this group aims to do with this marketing PowerPoint here. We want to go above and beyond the Call of Duty. We don't want to just catch up. We want to go into the third point here, organizational growth. We want the company to experience more profitability, making all of our stakeholders happy, et cetera, et cetera. Thank you so much for your time. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, thank you so much.